Bid Stitch made our way to the Sunshine State for one reason and one reason only: vintage. Join us as we check out some crazy true vintage, the most insane OG owner haul, and the gnarliest shop in all of Miami that you have never heard of.
We're in the middle of, where are we? I don't even know. We're in Florida, somewhere in Florida. And we got some skeeters, we got some wilderness, and we're on a boat. We're making our way to go see a special guest who's joining us on the boat. Goes by the name of Jolly Jack. You might have heard of him, Mr. Afterhood himself. And we're gonna see some of the pieces he brought along, maybe do some selling, maybe do some buying. We're vloggers. Would you be okay with us filming the food and then him filming me while I'm eating it?
Well, just don't make a mess on the table.
Oh no, we're not gonna.
Everybody will be happy.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You have a very nice smile.
Okay, are you ready to order? Do you need a minute?
I'm ready.
All right.
May I please get a... Do you have Instagram as well or no?
Yeah, I got everything.
Okay.
This your first time down here?
Yes, ma'am. What was your name?
Shakira.
My name's London.
Nice to meet you, London. He looks like
I'm
Superman.
Wait, like Superman?
like Kid Clark.
Don't get his ego too high, okay?
Why? He looks like Kid Clark.
I get jealous, that's why. How
You
doing,
get
sir?
jealous. Why?
God bless you guys.
God bless. Be safe as you're traveling around.
Yeah, we're afraid we're gonna fall in with the crocodiles or something.
Sorry about the gators. We don't have too many crocodiles.
The crocodiles in Australia.
Yo, what up, dude? Yo, dog.
Oh, Dylan, those look like good pancakes, bro. It's always the local spots that cook up.
Yeah, honestly. So I feel like I got hard done. Dylan said after he ate the pancakes that they were quote unquote, they were the best pancakes of his life. He had the audacity to not offer us a bite. That's fucking crazy, bro. Don't trust your team, man. Okay, Jolly Jack, we're gonna go, what's your name again?
Jack.
Oh.
Bro, what should we bring? I don't know. Like, I mean, we can bring the Afterhoods.
So what do you think?
Yeah, probably the Afterhoods, maybe the Type 2.
I brought this too. I don't know.
Oh, wait, what?
This is a single stitch Supreme.
Oh, how much for this?
$19.99. Low-key, it's a personal.
Come on.
So I don't know.
You don't even like Supreme.
I'm edging you guys, bro. And then here are the buckles too. Get a little zoom in.
Buckle back.
Get a little zoom in on the buckle backs.
Bid Stitch Gang, you already know who we're here with. Mr. Jolly Jack himself, aka Mr. Afterhood. Jolly Jack, what up, brother man?
How's it going?
What's
Good to
happening?
be here.
Tell us about some of the pieces that you brought to show us. Everyone's excited to kind of dig into the Jolly Jack inventory.
Gotcha.
So let's see what we're working with today.
I brought some denim today. This is the infamous pair that I was wearing in that video. This is a pair of 1930s buckle backs. They're very distressed and repaired, as you can see.
Tell us about the hardware.
Yeah, so these are really old donut buttons, as you can see. Snap button for the top. Here's some of the fading as well. Has some super cool repairs down here at the bottom. And then from the back, here's the buckle. Super old, still intact. Has some great fading, some great wear. And then towards that bottom, right under the butt, both legs have been fully repaired and has some great honeycombing on both legs. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite pairs in my collection. The honeycombing is fading over time, definitely over, 10, 15, 20 years. And it comes from people not washing their jeans. So over time, if they're, doing farming or, on a horse or something of the sort, the pant will fold in, all the ruffling that happens. And over time, from no washing, it begins to fade in a way that kind of looks like a honeycomb, which is where the name comes from. That happened on both back legs, as you can see, from scrunching up the leg and stuff. And then same with the knees. The knees also have a similar fading that comes from, the knee folding.
Okay, so you got these about 6 months ago. Tell us, what do you have these valued at?
So I would value these at about maybe $2K to $2,500. The size is a bit smaller, but because of the fading and the overall, repairs, it's definitely a great pair.
Okay, so you brought another pair of denim for us, and these are Thrash to Perfection.
Thrash to Perfection.
I love these. Tell us about these.
So these, another pair of buckle backs, probably from the mid to late 40s, I'd say. Here are the donut buttons, of course. Very repaired, very thrashed. Lots of sun fading going on. Right under the buckle, you can see some sun fading as well.
Okay, one thing that our audience is curious about is the buckleback Excel. Sorry, damn it. Huh? Sorry. Me. Me. One thing that our audience is always curious about is the bucklebacks themselves. Tell us what the significance is, why these add an extra degree of value to them.
So the buckleback was pretty much a way for, families to keep the pants for a long period of time. It's kind of like a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, because the buckleback will cinch the waist. It can fit a smaller size.
It's also a means of dating them as well, right?
Yes, exactly. So pretty much the buckle, particularly on denim, stopped around like the 40s or 50s era. So if it has a buckle, it's going to be, pre-50s pretty much. So it definitely helps date the denim, give significance because, it's pretty rare to find buckles on denim. It wasn't an everyday thing. So definitely having a buckle on your jeans is a good sign of value.
And you could tell these have gone through the entire lineage of whatever family owned these, given the repairs. I mean, these were very, very much loved and used.
Definitely an insight of the life that these jeans have had, for sure.
Tell us, what do you value this pair of denim at?
Given the size, I'd probably value these at around anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500.
So we are in an era where the more distressed the piece, sometimes the more sought after it is. And this is no exception to that new rule.
So this is a circa 1940s salt and pepper cardigan. Lots of holes, lots of negative space. Still very wearable, great size, about a modern XL to a large, and honestly a beautiful patina.
Okay. You said a phrase just now, which I think is important. It's a new buzzword within the vintage community. Negative space.
Negative space,
What
yes.
is that? What is that?
So the negative space is just the holes pretty much, right? It's still wearable, but as you can see, there's definitely some negative space. You can see my fingers going through there. Same with here. Has some negative space on the sleeve as well. And yeah, still very wearable.
So like obviously it's beat. And you know what? 5 years ago, I don't think that people would want this, or at least not want it to the level that they want it now. 5 years ago, what do you think you would value this one at?
Honestly, 5 years ago, $100, maybe 200 stretching it.
Okay, and today, what would you value it at?
I'd probably double it, honestly, around 400, maybe 450. With repairs, even more. It's a great size, great color, not super distressed, but definitely has a great patina. Yeah, definitely around $400 or $500.
So you brought out a couple crazy pieces, some pieces that have been the most notable on your page.
Correct.
Two of which are on Afterhood. Tell us about the first one that you brought out for us.
So this is a 1940s Afterhood. It has some beautiful ribbing along the hem and the cuffs. It is a double V Afterhood.
Explain the double V to the bid stitch audience.
The V was created as a way for athletic apparel to help with sweat, and they would sometimes put it on the back as well. It's pretty rare to find a double V, especially in Afterhood, and you can see the stitching all along the lines of the Afterhood.
Okay, so just generally explain to our audience the significance of an Afterhood. What is an Afterhood?
So an Afterhood is pretty much just a sweatshirt with an applied front pocket and a hood. It's pretty much the first hoodie ever made. The name is pretty self-explanatory, right? It's just a sweatshirt with a hood applied on. The first hoodie was during around the 1930s. It was made by either Russell Athletic or Champion, one or the other, and it was pretty much a way for, athletics to warm up. At first it was just a sweatshirt, and then they had the idea to apply the front pocket and then a hood as well. That's when the Afterhood was pretty much made.
When it comes to your clientele on a piece like this, who's your kind of demographic for buyers?
So a piece like this is definitely not going to be cheap. It's definitely going to be the higher paying clients. A lot of stores will buy, sometimes overseas. Pretty much anybody with the money that wants to spend on a nice hoodie.
How much is that on this one?
So I'd probably price this one at minimum $3K. Could go up to 4, maybe 4.5.
Now you got one other piece for us.
Yep.
Go ahead and show us. So we have another Afterhood here. This one probably a bit more sought after, right?
Correct.
Okay, tell us about this one.
So this one is going to be a Champion Afterhood from around the 1950s to 1960s.
Wow.
Is a great size, very heavy. It's in very good condition. Nice gray, of course. This one is double face, so it's gonna be 2-ply. It's probably about 10 pounds. Great size. Size has a big factor in the price. This one is definitely gonna be about 27 pit to pit, about 27 length as well, which is a modern double X, maybe an XL.
Now you don't find a hoodie like this in this type of size too often, right?
Yeah, definitely, especially from the age and the period. Double face Afterhood, definitely very sought after.
You mentioned this one being higher value than the last one. What are the main sort of features that lend to that increased value?
So for one, it's definitely gonna be the brand. This one's definitely Champion, even though there's no tag. The material and the weight resembles other Champion products. Size definitely has a big factor. And it's also double face. So the double face, adds a little bit more cushion, and it's more material. It's thicker, which people like.
What do you have this one priced at?
So I'd probably price this at about anywhere from 4K to 6K. Definitely depends on the client, you know, but definitely around that range for sure. I think it's a good price.
We are now off to kind of like the main reason why we came out here. We're gonna go see the original owner. He's got the stash of a lifetime. Thanks to our partners over at Easy, we're gonna be auctioning off everything for $1. So let's make our way out there. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Look at that one. A lot of you guys might not know this about me, but I've never really been in the wilderness before. I'm a city boy through and through. Mr. Suburban, Mr. Downtown, Mr. City Boy. So seeing these turtles and stuff is something I've never seen before. I've actually never seen a turtle in my life. Late breaking news. There were some extra pieces in the stash that he had in the Jolly Jack trunk. Show us the peanut sweater really quick.
Nice little salmon colored peanuts.
Okay, peanuts going up in value or declining?
I think we've seen a little bit of like a plateau.
Yeah.
It's plateaued a little bit.
A bit.
I mean, I got this on site for maybe 1.1.
Yeah. What would you sell it for? Prices are down, right?
I mean, I take like 1,000 for it right now.
1,000?
Really old, 1920s, double V, really old tag.
What do you value it?
Like $500 probably. This is a great 40s, big size, ribbed, double V, very rare color. Never seen it in a green like this. I think I have on site for like 6.
Total value of everything. Everything.
Oh, off the dome?
Off the dome.
At least minimum 15K at least, right?
15K. Okay, all you Japanese folks looking to do a big buyout. Jolly Jack is
Hit my
your man.
trunk.
Hit the trunk. The Jolly Jack, he's got a big trunk.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got 30 seconds. Who knows how many people might be watching this YouTube video? What's your message to the world?
Just do what you want. Do what you love, you know? Don't care what other people think. Follow whatever you enjoy. I think that's a good message. Spread joy.
Jolly Jack, you know the IG, guys.
Jolly Jack out.
Okay, guys, so we are gonna make our first meeting with the OG owner and with 954 Vintage, who kind of orchestrated the entire deal. So we're gonna grab a little bit of a Cubano food inside of the Zaza, say what up to the gang, and then get this thing started.
What's going on out here?
Hold this way. What up, big
Going
bro?
on, bro? Chilling, bro. Good to see you, dog.
Whoa, what up, Maddie? Look at me.
Me too.
So you're the OG. So you've seen all the shows and everything. Dang, that's crazy.
Hung out with Manson a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
You want a sandwich with no pickles?
Oh, no pickles.
No pickles.
No pickles, bro? So we just had our introductory lunch with Mr. OG owner himself. He worked with gorillas. I'm a big gorilla guy. No one loves gorillas as much as me. Oh, he worked with monkeys. Let me tell you guys a little bit of Bid Stitch trivia. What's the difference between a gorilla and a monkey? It's their tail. Anyways, we're gonna hop in the car, head to his place, start filming, start auctioning, making some money. All right, you guys. We had to save our day with Josh for its own special video. We went through his entire collection of vintage band memorabilia, learning some of the crazy stories behind some of his tees, and then we auctioned off all of them for thousands of dollars on Easy Live. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can watch as soon as it drops. This is so bad. You guys know I don't like bugs. That's my #1 phobia. Maddie, don't let him run away. Maddie, don't let him run away, bro. Matt.
Do they bite?
For sake, Maddie.
Look at his legs.
He's gonna lose. Matt! Matt! There's another one! There's another one! Get the fucking kill it. Get the fucking.
No, I spilled the salt. Oh, look, it got on me.
Another one. Maddie, there's another one.
You guys see what I did?
What happened?
I grabbed it with my hand.
And what was that feeling like?
I feel like a hero.
Why did we stay on this boat, dude? It's not for me. We're going to a hotel. I can't do this anymore. Do you have 2 rooms available? Let me ask you another question. Be honest. Is the sheets clean between each person that sleeps there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Hey, brother, how you doing? This is Lemon Tisha. I'm staying at the boathouse. We had something come up. We're gonna have to head out tonight.
How did everything turn out? How was the stay?
Everything was amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was like the best time ever. That's when I found Saddam Hussein. Okay, guys, I think we know the source of the bugs.
Oh my god, there's like a pile of them. They're all dead, but
Oh, guys, that's it. The captain's last voyage. The cruise ship has just boarded for one last time, and I'm hanging up the captain's hat. Get me the out of here. All right, boys. Stage 1 of our Florida trip
The tucked in shirt is great.
is done. The fit rated on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 to fire. We're headed to Miami. We're gonna meet up with Reserved Miami. Good group of guys. I think they have access to a rag house. I think the store is a little bit newer, but they've been in the game for a while. We're gonna see some of the collection and check out the store. Guys, nothing makes me feel more at home than being on a train, sitting down, reading a book, a little Dostoevsky. Guys, I'm a reader. I like reading. Choo choo, choo choo, choo choo.
Wow, who could be reading this intellectual book?
Oh, my bad. You saw that there? Halfway done. No big deal. This is funny for you, watching me do this? It's not funny, dude. It's a very traumatic situation I was dealt with.
You were dealt with. Like he wasn't speeding.
I wasn't, bud.
Yeah, these are actually facts that were never revealed. How fast you were going?
What are you, the insurance company over here?
Do you have an idea of how fast you were going?
I passed out, bro. You know the part where I should have died? And I lost consciousness?
So you were going the speed limit.
I was going under the speed limit. I don't drive fast.
What do you think the speed limit is?
Mate, what do you think your f***ing is, dude? Shut the f*** up.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Is this fun for you?
How many pages did you read, bud?
I read one chapter, but in Dostoevsky pages, it's like 500. So as soon as we announced we were headed to Florida, we got a call from the boys at Reserved Miami, a small, hidden, tucked away vintage shop right in the heart of Miami with some of the best curation of vintage, anything from band tees to graphic tees to even some high-end true vintage. We're super excited to make our way out here. Let's see what the boys got inside the shop. Come on. All right, when you think of bales, obviously the first thing you're gonna think of is mids. However, we're at Reserve Miami where they stockpiled a bunch of grade A bales for us to pick through to show us some of the inventory they have coming in here on the daily. Here's the bales right here. Let's see what they got inside.
You already see some goodies on the outside.
I know, that's crazy. Yeah. Dude, I love it. All right, so what do we got right off the bat? This is actually insane. Dude, what a life these guys are living out here. Okay, so basically when it comes to the sourcing and when it comes to the stocking here at Reserve Miami, they're literally getting it direct from the bales, direct from the source. D-Dog, Suka.
Pulling it out of the bale.
Yeah, out of the bale is crazy. Direct from the bale. Easily thousands and thousands of dollars worth of vintage direct from the bales going straight to inventory here at Reserve Miami. It's pretty insane to see how they're able to acquire some of the pieces that they eventually put up to the retail public here at Reserve.
Had about roughly 20 years experience in this. Going to be offering several different grades. We're going to do jean bales, we're going to do t-shirt bales, we're going to do jacket bales, and then we're going to probably most likely, if everything works out as planned, we're going to do self-curated bales, special bales curated for people.
That's crazy. So people will have the opportunity to be able to curate their own bales by working with you on that.
Absolutely.
And so you guys have been doing this for 20 years and now you're like, okay, we could offer this as a service to other resellers, other store owners.
Definitely. We want to reach out to the masses. We think that there's a lot of people out there that deserve to get some of this stuff finally. And I know it's hard. I know we just opened up in Florida and we got phone calls and we get emails from people all over states and like, how can we get this? And now we're trying to figure out how to get this happening for everyone.
Over the last
2, 3, 4 years, there's been a massive uptick in popularity on the peanut sweaters. The first thing that I saw from your store when clicking on you guys' page was a wall of peanut sweaters. And this is the wall right here. What struck you guys' interest in collecting these?
Well, this thing has been driving me crazy for a while. I've been giving these away for the last 20 years. And all of a sudden I'm looking at all these videos, probably your videos, and shows, and it's just ridiculous. The amounts of, think about it, like these were sold at department stores for probably like $2 to $3, if that.
Yeah.
And here we are, fast forward, where people like killing each other, like paying thousands of dollars for this. So yeah, a lot of this was sourced from our warehouse, but it got to the point where I just don't see this anymore. And I had to tap into some of the resellers and say, hey guys, can I buy some of these spruce sweatshirts from you guys? So that's how it's happening. We're not selling them.
So these are not for sale?
These are not for sale.
You said that you've been seeing these for 20 years now. I'm curious, 5 or 10 years ago, what would you have sold one of these
Oh
for?
my God. Realistically?
Yeah.
$20 a pop wholesale.
$20 a pop on the peanut sweaters. I know that you said not for sale, but if someone came to you with a number on one of them, what would that number be that would make you get your hands off of it?
Dude, after you just figured out that I've been selling them for $20, there is no number in the world that I would sell these for.
Not for sale ever. They're posted up here at Reserved Miami, but don't hit him in the DMs. He's not selling.
These Jordans all up to here are 85s, and these two pairs here are 94s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna pull some of these down. I'm curious though, you said you've kind of fallen out of love with the sneaker game as of recently. Why is that?
Because I can't buy a pair of freaking sneakers anymore at the store. I have to go through like StockX or some young kid try to make a few $100s. And it just doesn't make sense. Like before, it was different for us. Like, I mean, when we grew up, we were sleeping, like, we literally put these like chairs outside and we would stay outside of these stores, sometimes through the whole evening to the morning, getting a pair of sneakers. There was stories, it was memories. You know what I mean? And even to this day, like, people are like, why don't you sell your collection? I can't, because even though I fell out of love with it, every day I walk into this room and it's literally a room, it's art to me. And it's memories to me. That's why I fell in love with it. It was those memories. My brother and I, like, we would go to Urban Outfitters and there was like a 50% off. We were getting dunks at like $40. We'd fill up a whole car with these dunks, and like it's just all these different memories of these shoes that to this day they live with me.
Be careful, be careful. Yeah. Okay, then that's it, I feel bad. Incredible collection here. Tell us about this, how long you've been collecting, and about some of your favorite pieces.
Collecting since, what do you think, Frank, about 89, I'd say, since 1989.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely always 85s. After the 85 Jordans, I went into Air Max Hardcore. I mean, all of these tell a story. I love them, as you can see, to this day, I still wear them. So yeah, this is it. So you got the Chicagos over here, you got the Breads, you got the Royals, you got the UNCs, and probably one of my favorites are the Metallics.
I guess what would you value each pair?
It would be very difficult for me to answer you because I've never sold a pair of sneakers in my life.
You're kidding me.
To this day.
You're a pure collector.
Yeah, I can't sell people. I wouldn't know how to price it. Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do go on the internet and I see what kids are selling the sneakers for, but it's all different. I mean, realistically speaking, I would say most of these, depending on their condition, can go anywhere from, I would say, let's say $2,000 and up. Of course, dead stock is a whole different ballgame, probably.
But the box,
yeah, thousands of dollars. Yeah. But for the most part, I would say probably average about $2,000 in this type of condition. My younger brother got me into sneakers, and I was always that guy that I would look at my brother's shoes, and we got like about 8 years difference. So I would look at his shoes and I'd be like, oh man, those are horrible. And a few weeks pass and they grow on me and I start hunting these shoes. And little by little, I'm looking at what my brother is wearing and I'm literally going after all of these things. And slowly but surely, my brother and I combined forces and we just built out the craziest collection.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be probably like the coolest story, that my brother really is the one who put me on.
That's so awesome. Yeah. I know that your brother said that you've got an insane collection. Could you tell us about the size of that collection you have back at home?
Like, being modest, 1,000 pairs.
Wow. Could you put a value on them?
I would hate to. I'd hate to put a value on it. There's sentimental value. It's like I told you, it's the stories, it's the memories.
Do you think that that's what makes you different a little bit in terms of your approach towards building a business and building a community? The fact that you attach so much more sentimental value than a lot of other store owners, resellers, or independent dealers do?
I think we could thank my parents for not being able to afford a pair of sneakers for me when I was younger, and I was walking around school with some shoes, some Bobo shoes called USA 1000s, and probably this whole habit and disease of compulsive sneaker buying branched out from that.
Stems from that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But my brother and I, we were brought up. We're always very passionate. Whether it's music, whether it's vintage clothing, everything we do with our heart. I don't know if it's smart, but it's just the way we are.
We heard a crazy story about you acquiring a couple of these jackets. Could you tell us a little bit about what they are and how you even got them?
This is gonna be a similar story like the spruce sweatshirts. So basically, we were just giving these things away wholesale. And about a month or so ago, my girl pulls out a Type 1 jacket out of a bale. It just brings back these memories, and I'm looking at prices of these things today, and I'm like, wow. And it just makes me like recollect on what I was giving it away for. So a client of mine that I had for over 20 years reaches out to me, and he was like, hey, I seen the Type 1 jacket you had. And I'm like, yeah, how about all the Type 1 and Type 2 jackets that I practically given you for free? And we laughed about it. 2 weeks passed by, I get a FedEx box. Inside the FedEx box is literally these 3 Type 2 jackets. And I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, no way. I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is literally the coolest thing that anyone's ever done. Wow. It's like he's giving back.
And at what price would you have sold one of those for? Back in the day.
$150. Yeah. I mean, look, as a wholesaler, we didn't go so deep into separation. It would be like Levi's jackets that are like Big E.
Yeah.
Would be like $150 to $175. Levi's jeans, probably like $1 to $150.
Wow.
And that's how it would be. But these are guys that are buying full containers. So
Sure.
To be equally fair to them.
Kind of equals out a little
Correct,
bit.
right.
Okay,
Because
okay.
as much as I like to complain about what I was giving the peanut sweaters away, what I was giving this away for, it put food on the table and it made a lot of sense.
For sure.
And it's created businesses for a lot of people.
And it's
including
created
myself.
relationships. Obviously, the guy's
100%.
got a great relationship with
Of
you.
course.
Probably even a
Yes.
friendship. For him, enough
Yes.
to send you some free jackets.
And for everyone watching, everyone should follow what this guy did. I'm expecting a whole bunch of packages from everyone I've taken care of.
Hey, you know the address, Reserve Miami. Give the man his flowers. Love it. Okay,
Thanks,
perfect. Florida, you really took care of us on this trip. Whether it be Orlando, whether it be Miami, whether it be the store owners, whether it be those roaches that we found inside the houseboat. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. That was an amazing time. Guys, all I ask is for you to like and subscribe to the BidStitch YouTube channel. We're gonna be publishing the full-length story with Josh, so be sure to stay tuned. We love you. Peace.
BidStitch. It's hard.
BidStitch.